I'm a hard-bodied, hairy-chested, rootin', tootin', shootin', parachuting, demolition, double cap, crimpin' frogman. There ain't nothing I can't do, no sky too high, no sea too rough, no muff too tough. Learned a lot of lessons in my life. Never shoot a large caliber man with a small caliber bullet. Drive all kinds of trucks, 2x, 4x, 6x. Those big motherfuckers that bend and go when you step on the brakes. Anything in life worth doing is worth overdoing. Moderation's for cowards. I'm a lover, I'm a fighter, I'm a UDT Navy SEAL diver. I'll wine, dine, intertwine, and sneak out the back door when my fueling is done. So if you're feeling froggy, then you better jump, because this frogman's been there, done that, and is going back for
more. Start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when the times are the toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never ever give up. If you do these things, the next generation and the generations that follow will live in a world far better than the one we have today. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better.
Be comfortable on who you are. Be comfortable if y'all poor. If you come from a family right now that's broke, you use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage that I was a high school dropout, that I was homeless, that I ate out trash can. I love dealing with a dude who think because he comes from money, he better than me. Let's go. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got grip, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have.
No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. Prepare yourself, because football lessons teach us that success and achievement come from overcoming adversity, and that team accomplishment far exceeds anyone's individual goals.
If you're worried about something that someone did to you years ago, you're being a pussy to yourself, man. You're not getting out there and squeezing that fucking soul out every day. If you grind hard, man, I got time to worry about your monkey ass. Because tomorrow, I gotta go back to the grind.
The greats do things when they don't always want to. And that's the separation. For me, that's what I've found. Because I can sure as hell tell you that there were days where I hated my coach. There were days where we got in fights, we got in arguments, we couldn't stand what we were doing. I'm huge into music, and music is a big part of my life. And he wrote a song called The Sky is the Limit. And as a kid growing up, I believed that. I believed that whatever I put my mind to, and if I was willing to make sacrifices and I was dedicated, that I could achieve absolutely anything.
Pressure changes everything, pressure. Some people, you squeeze them, they focus, others fold. And you summon your talent at will, and you deliver on a deadline, and you sleep at night.
I know I was born with some gifts and athletic abilities that only get you so far.
For sure.
What are the qualities for you that make a great basketball player? Beyond just talent and skill set and size.
Knowing the history of the game, knowing the ones that came before you, knowing the ones that paved the way, having the ability to actually live out your dream.
Paradise, like our goals, will not really be a destination, but an endless horizon we secretly don't want to reach. A never-ending reason to keep working and growing, with the intention not to accomplish goals, but to become someone who can accomplish any goal. Winning equally has no finish line. It's about the responsibility to ourselves to take control of what little things you can in this world, regardless of circumstance. To train your mind to switch your perspective and focus on being the absolute best you can be in the areas you do have control over.
I've been around, you know. There was a time I could see, and I have seen, boys like these, younger than these, their arms torn out, their legs ripped off. But there isn't nothing like the sight of an amputated spirit. There is no prosthetic for that. You think you're merely sending this splendid foot soldier back home to Argonne with his tail between his legs, but I say you are executing his soul!
When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not taking 1 inch, not anything less than that. If I want to punch, I'm gonna do it, man, and I'm gonna do it.
Most people never pick up the phone and call. Most people never ask. And that's what separates sometimes the people that do things from the people that just dream about them. You gotta act. And you've gotta be willing to fail. You've gotta be willing to crash and burn.
Work on your list of whys. One of the big thrusts for success is to come up with a strong enough why.
The UFC champ or the boxing heavyweight champ that believes they are the greatest is more empowering than the one who's out for revenge. But man, the one out for revenge wins a lot of the times. The one who's pushing against them coming back at you.
What changed me was I had to be hard on myself. And I have to continue to grind myself into a fine dust.
Most of the talent people, they're lazy. Most of them. When you don't have talent, you have to work so hard. When you work so hard and sacrifice your time, dedicate, sacrifice, you become more disciplined.
Number one things, it was respect. You have to respect gym, you have to respect coaches, you have to respect your sparring partners, you have to respect all people. You cannot fight in the street because you know how to hurt people. It was all about respect, And when somebody tried to bully me or disrespect me, and this is not good idea, I think.
I do 300 push-ups and 300 squats every morning. This is how I start my day. I'm not sure they do a lot in terms of changing your body, but they're definitely a good way to practice self-discipline. Because you don't want to do these push-ups in the morning most of the days.
Nothing will break me, ever. You can try, but nothing, because I know who I am. You can lie the whole world, but you can never lie yourself. It doesn't happen today, so what? It doesn't happen tomorrow, what? It doesn't happen 1 year, 2 years, so what? Keep doing that. You will eventually break through.
Fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. And so you look at it, and it looks like this ocean, and then you take the first step and you realize you don't drown. It's just there's ground underneath this, right? There's other people who are more on my path, and the friends you lose, you gain new friends.
I blame no one. I look in the mirror. On the other side of it, what an opportunity we have, because tomorrow's the first day of the rest of our lives.
I never feared about my skills, because I put in the work.
Never say never, because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying.
No. You just don't know how to give up.
I know exactly how to give up. You know what scares the kid? Is that it's easy.
Show me who you are.
Go try and accomplish something that's hard. You may win, you may lose, you may succeed, you may fail. I'll tell you what, you'll be better.
Most people have inaction because there's one person talking. And that one person's always leading you down the same path. The path that makes you feel very comfortable and happy with yourself. The second you create the other voice, there's conflict. There's battles, there's wars. There's defeat. One thing I learned, I taught myself this, and people go, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm gonna try to break it down real quick. I didn't teach myself victory first. I taught myself failure.
There is nothing you can do to stop me from coming at you round after round with the most malicious techniques I know. You will lose this fight, Daniel Cormier. I want you to believe it. Every ounce of training you put in leading up to this fight will be a waste of your life.
Now it seems like it's pushing the water, and there's a jogger actually. Look at this, wow. The Florida man right there for you, Blake, jogging in the hurricane.
When your mind knows it's not going to quit, your body will adapt to whatever is in front of it.
It's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think of. I don't think about nothing else. And that's it, I'm just curious and fascinated, and I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is related to this.
I'm so sharp, when I'm finished, they look like I had a razor blade. I'm so bad, you know what I've been doing? Last week I went out to the jungle. I wrestled with an alligator. I tussled with a whale.
handcuff lightning, throw thunder in jail. I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. I'm fast. You know how fast I am? Fella, I'm so fast last week, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, I was in the bed before the room was dark.